free, and enjoy more of what the world has to offer in this action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch.
So a little one-person trampoline.
I hope I screen shared it. Like, there's no excuse. Like, phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. So. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Taryn Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur that you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. And this morning, we're going to be talking about eating. We're going to be talking about eating before bed and how it totally screws me up, and how it affects my energy, how it affects my willpower to do work, how it just can make you grumpy in general. So over the last week or so, I've been thinking of just trying to be more aware of it. And there is shout out to Brian Johnson. He's the billionaire who's trying to make himself. My sister had been talking about him, and I wanted to check him out. He's a billionaire, and he's trying to make himself as young as possible, or slow aging down to this point. Who knows? I mean, he's got a lot of money and a lot of resources, and he's very, very intelligent. So it'll be very interesting to see what he does in the future. But anyway, talked a lot about how not eating before bed was really, really good for you, because your body's not trying to work overtime, trying to digest all the food that's in your gut. And there was, with my search, of course, while I'm just looking up other articles and this and that, there's, in the day and age of information, it seems like you can get any answer that you're really looking for online, which is good, also bad. But like, if you have an opinion like, eating before bed is good. I'm sure you can find studies and stuff like that where it is good. And to my understanding, the only time it is good to eat before bed is if it is something pretty healthy, like an apple with peanut butter, or just something that would be easy on your guts in general. Might not be terrible before bed, but I know myself, when it comes to eating before bed, it's usually not good. It's usually not something like my girlfriend bought these. They're called, I think, what is they're pretzels, but they have like these seasonings on them. I think there's like Southwest, and there's like Parmesan, and we got a couple different kinds. And I was watching a show last night, and then before I knew it, I ate a bunch of them, and we had already eaten dinner. And I already had a cup of this. I like to boil some water and then add this hot chocolate mix in the wintertime. I like that. So just, see how it compounds. And then before I know it, I was like, man, my gut's pretty full. I'm trying to go to bed. I'm not trying to stay up too late. One thing after the other. And it's like, oh, crap. I'm going to bed and I'm full again. So it's very easy to do. And I was thinking over, and the point of us thinking over the last week was there was multiple nights where I was following this rule. The rule that I like is not eating 2.5 hours before bed. 2.5 hours before bed. So you would go ahead and say, if you had dinner, I like to go to bed. We go to bed here around like 8:39. So if I eat at, what time would that be? So 6, if I eat at 6 and we're done eating by 6:30 and I go to bed at 9, that gives me my 2.5 hour window. And whenever I did that, because we were staying up a little later over the weekends, there was a couple nights, and then also a couple nights last week where I would eat, and then I wouldn't eat for 2.5 hours before bed. And I had a lot more energy in the morning. Getting up in the morning is one of the hardest things I believe that you can do, especially when no one's telling you what to do. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there, and never no one's like, hey, you gotta get going with it. You know, you're gonna get fired and all that stuff. It can be really tough. And I've noticed it's easier to get up, to get out of bed. I'm in a better mood in general. So this morning, so last night I ate a bunch, and then this morning I was feeling like crap. And just a few tips. So maybe the question is, okay, Tanner, sometimes I'm going to eat before bed either way. I'm going to do it. And, I'm probably going to do it again too. And some remedies to help feel better, say when you do feel sluggish or you just don't feel like work, you're just, one of those attitudes that you're in when you're just, man, I don't feel bad, but I don't feel like talking to you, or I'm just kind of not in the mood for this and that. And so when you're a little edgy or irritated, or as I was saying to my girlfriend this morning, I was a little grumpy. And hear me out. I get it. It's cheesy and the whole guru life coach stuff, but doing some type of meditation for, even if it's for 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 10 breaths, whatever it is, taking the time to do that, to inhale through the nose and breathing it out, it is good. Quality oxygen and in and out of the body is not completely voluntary, so it is a good practice to keep up with, and that usually helps me. Say if you're feeling a little sluggish, doing an exercise. The other one I would say is getting some type of blood moving. So this could be using a foam roller. You could do some type of motion stretching. And we're not going to go too deep into that, but some type of movement, some type of, maybe this could be the motivation for you to work out in the mornings or something like that. But I found that has been really helpful when I eat a lot the night before, getting some type of blood moving, trying to just do a meditation of some sort to slow things down and to be able to collect yourself again. And just don't be hard on yourself for surprise. That's one of the things I'm trying to get better at, and I think is bringing a lot of peace. Is there's some certain things, like I don't live like a Buddhist monk. I got on live yesterday and jumped in a river to try and do a really cold ice bath for myself and for you guys, but do some extreme stuff, but not like to the point to where I don't indulge in anything. Like last night I said I watched a show and had snacks and this and that. I'm human. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not willing to completely forgo all indulgences in life. And so just understanding that if we're not okay with completely letting go of all of these things, it's just sometimes we're going to have emotional imbalances and sometimes we're not going to feel good. And having acceptance around that has made me feel a lot better. It's like, okay, it's Monday morning at 5:30 in the morning. Of course, I don't feel amazing. After a weekend, sleeping in a little bit and, say eating a lot before bed and this kind of stuff. Granted, shout out, I didn't drink at all this week. And I think it's been 9 days since I've had any booze. So, hey, cheers to that. And I already feel a lot better. So it's not like I can blame that for a hangover for the weekend. But back to the point, if you're having a hard time eating before bed, maybe you're thinking about your schedule. Maybe you're thinking about this is an opportunity to meal prep. Maybe this is an opportunity to be more intentional with your food in general. I'd almost think it's better to stay up a little later and let your food digest than it is to go lay down. When you think of your digestive tract, and I am not a doctor, but when you think of your digestive tract, everything is structured to work off of muscle and gravity. And your muscles have an easier time when they have the help of gravity as your system flows downward, down to the other end. So if we just think of how our body's positioned, I don't know if that's helpful for you guys. If you're just thinking about okay, this is how my body's structured. This would probably be beneficial for this, and this would probably help me make me feel better. Again, the benefits of this I have seen personally are higher amounts of energy and a higher willingness to do things. You will call it willpower. I just feel better and am more willing to do things when I have given myself adequate time before I go to bed when I eat versus when I don't. So just comparing the days when I do and when I don't. So that was today's episode. Just a quick, easy note, something that I've been trying on and off, and that has been kind of a pain in the butt. But it's so easy to do, to just overeat and just eat before bed. And sometimes we work late. Sometimes we have things with our kids. Sometimes we have to-dos and deadlines, and I get it. But just understanding that don't be surprised if you don't feel that great the following morning if you eat a lot before bed. Life is full of surprises, right? So maybe this is just an awareness raiser for you about your eating, what time you're eating, and when to slow down on it, when to pick back up on it. Listen to your body, that's something that I really liked, again, off that one Brian Johnson's guy. He's like listening more to your body versus your mind. And you'd be surprised. A lot of the times it is just your mind craving something. But yeah, I wanted to go over this today. This has been working and helpful for me with getting up and doing things like the show, or versus kind of planning things and getting up early on the weekends and learning a lot of new good stuff and topics that we can go over and share this week. So cheers to personal development. Cheers to understanding ourselves and our bodies more. Cheers to getting up earlier and having the willpower to go get it out for the day. This is your reminder, your friendly reminder, your life coach, T-Dog, to help support you on your goals, on your missions. And if you need a simplified plan, a one-page plan that has your values, your purpose, your mission, your vision, everything that you want to do and head in that direction, if you want a real plan and you want to be held accountable to this plan, go ahead and send me a direct message and get more information about our new 6-week challenge, the one-page life plan. Incredible challenge. There are some rules, though. There are some rules. So that's more for the extreme side of people who want to make dramatic change in their lives. But I'm going to start plugging that more and more at the end of these. But that's all I got for today. Quit eating before bed. It's messing you up. It's fucking you up. It's making you tired. It's killing your willpower. So be careful of eating before bed. And I'm trying to do it more. Understand you're not going to be perfect, but we can work in the right direction. Cheers, friends. I'm out of here. You guys have an amazing, fun-filled Monday, and I will be back live, ready to go again tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. live Central Time. This was episode 206. Don't eat before bed. Cheers.